Welcome to The Way We See It. We have 87, Gen 87, Jennifer, me, and
Diana. DYR 714.
Now today we're going to talk about genocide. The first topic.
I don't know how to word the question, so there you go.
Basically, she wants to talk about, does money matter in a relationship if the woman makes more money than the man?
Should it matter?
Should it matter? I think nowadays it shouldn't matter. I mean, just even relationships that I know of that where the man stays at home, like in the therapy field, like, and the woman's the one who makes the most money. So when it comes to having a family, the best thing to do sometimes is for one to stay at home with the kids, and the one who makes the most to go to work. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think, and in today's society, right now the economy is really bad. So I think, job-wise, whoever is able to get a job and provide for the family is the one that should be at work. If both people can, great. It might, within their relationship, it might have ups and downs. It may be one person's making more and one person's making less, and then it switches over where that person, and I think that's just kind of how a relationship works. It's like give and take all the time.
And I think you should always encourage each other to be better and want more, and not be like, oh, because I'm making this amount now, you can't be making that amount.
Settle.
No, you know what I mean? So I think, okay, yeah, you do what you can, and then hopefully I'm going to try it too. And not necessarily competition, like, oh, because you're making this much, now I'm going to make more than you. But just encourage each other to,
But like I've always said, money's a funny thing, though. Some people take power, they feel empowered with money. Mm-hmm. So they abuse, some people do abuse their power.
Yes.
And then we know people, like we talked on the video, they might have the more money, but they're still submissive. So, but in my own personal experience, what I've seen from other people is that they take advantage of that power. Like, oh, I'm making money, and I make the rules. Exactly. And I tell you what to do. Yes. Either female or male, you know what I mean? That's a funny thing about money.
Yeah, there's sometimes, I've seen it, where the man is the one that makes the money, and the woman stays at home, or whatever. And, that's how it is. Even though it's a marriage, and you would think, even though the man is going out and making the money, and bringing home the check, it is their money because they are married, and for whatever reason she has to stay at home.
Taken every week.
But thanks a lot, babe. Oh yeah, so even though the man's coming home taking, bringing the check or whatever, he then thinks like, this is my house, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, this is mine, because I go out and I work and you stay home. It doesn't work like that, you know what I mean? The woman's at home, hopefully, keeping the house up, and, obviously she's going to have responsibilities in the house. A stay-at-home wife is not just sit at home and watch TV, and if there is, then that's a problem, you know what I mean? But she's going to be working at the house while the man is out making the money. So, it shouldn't be that way.
I don't think sex matters. I don't think sex matters. I think it could be either or. Like, it could be me staying at home, or it could be my husband staying at home. As long as you're both doing your job at what you're doing, then there shouldn't be a problem. But however, there's slack either way.
And unfortunately, there's people out there that, even though it's none of their business, they're going to come and say, but are you okay with your woman taking care of you? Like,
right.
What?
And you and I both felt that.
Yeah.
That way, where it's like,
if
you care,
none of your business. Like, you're not feeding me. You're not you don't need to worry about it.
And it is hard with only one income, and you and I both know this. It is hard with one income, but it's none of anybody's business who stays at home and who goes to work. And why should it always be the why should it always be the man? If I can get a job that pays me more than whatever job you can get, then I'd rather it be me than working.
You would hope that your husband wouldn't be like, no, because you're the woman and you should stay at home.
Yeah,
those are times in the past, you know what I mean?
And I know people that are still living that mentality where it's like, oh no, my wife cannot work. A lot of my coworkers are that way, where their wives do not work, and they don't want them to work, and it's like, why? You probably would be able to buy a house if she was working.
Now, on the subject, they're talking about if a man is overweight, for every 10 pounds that you make about $1,000 more a year or whatever. And I've heard that before, really? And they were saying, well, duh, an ugly fat guy is not going to get a beautiful wife if he's poor. Unless they have a fetish. There's not that many girls that have a fetish for big guys, you know what I mean? And even if, this is the crazy thing though, a woman can make more money, but she'll still have a harder time finding a man interested in her. You know what I mean? Compared to if a guy
makes more money,
they'll
get whatever they want.
Easier to find, an attractive woman. Now, moving into the subject about celebrities and weight.
Does that make the woman a little bit more sluttier?
Oh.
What? Anyways, now moving to the next subject. we were talking about
Next subject.
What
alcohol
celebrities-
affects you.
what celebrities are willing to go through to lose weight. We were looking at pictures of Leanne Rimes and how much weight she lost. You know, she went from looking good
To look having
To-
droopy boobs.
droopy.
I'm looking like
I don't
a
even know who she is.
skeleton.
And even recent pictures of Angelina Jolie weighing 99 pounds. Like at
Do
one
not talk
point.
about my Angelina Jolie,
Chris
or I will
Keeper.
go post on your asses.
That was Leanne Rimes.
Oh, yeah, right. We just like wonder at what point, you know what I mean?
You know what the thing is that not only, you know, that's my opinion, not only does it not look good, but it's not healthy. You know what I mean? Just how it's not healthy to be like super obese, it's not healthy to be skin and bones either, you know what I mean? Especially if they're doing like these diets where they, you know, gain weight, they drop weight, they gain weight, they drop
Right.
weight. You know what I mean? It's unhealthy for them.
But I think we're getting to a point in society where we're starting to look down on that. You know what I mean? We're no longer saying, oh, she's sexy. Everybody's going, ooh, and bad. So
Right.
now it's part of the producers and, you know, directors to say, I don't want that actress. And I think that's what Megan Fox, that's when she got fired. Because I think he told her that you're too skinny for the role. And she refused to gain weight. That's what I heard somewhere. Yeah.
I
No?
thought
But it's
Well, I mean,
also,
there was-
I thought it was something
Charlize
else.
Theron on that movie Monster. I know it's such an old movie, but for that role, she had to make herself ugly. She had to gain, I don't know, 30 pounds. I don't even know how
Who
much
did?
weight.
Charlize Theron
on
For
Monster?
Monster. I don't know if you've ever seen that movie.
It's a sad movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, she had to gain so much weight, like, I mean, anybody would think she looks ugly in that movie, and she is such a gorgeous woman. At least to me, she is. She's gorgeous, and she had to gain weight for that role. And you know, of course, right after the movie was done, she dropped the weight right away. So I mean, like, that's also unhealthy. I
Yeah.
mean, it is part of their job, and it is, you know, probably their job description, gain, lose, you know, whatever it is. But it is unhealthy when you have to lose weight in such a short amount of time. Or what is it? 50 Cent, I guess he made a movie where he had cancer, and he was on an all liquid diet, and he looked sick.
Really?
Like, he looked
Yeah.
sick.
But even Matt Damon said, because he had to do something for the movie to lose a lot of weight,
Mhm.
his body has never been back to the same. Your body gets
Yeah.
damaged.
It gets damaged. I mean, I don't see how it could be normal for you to just lose weight like that. And
I
then,
mean, and coming from a big person like myself, I don't know how these people do it. Like, I mean, they do say
The
that.
money.
Yeah, let us know, man.
That's the money.
Right.
And I heard studies about that. They did a study when they gave people $100 to lose weight. Those people are more likely to lose the weight and keep it off compared to people who ain't getting paid.
And I think too, when you're in front of the camera for these celebrities, they feel the pressure of trying to decrease that 10 pounds that the camera adds. So when you decrease that 10 pounds, it's not a healthy 10 pounds because you actually look normal. So now you're losing an extra 10 pounds, and now you don't look normal in real life. So
Yeah, actually, we have 4 cameras around us right now, so we're 40 pounds extra than we really are.
Yeah. 40
Like that in real
pounds.
life.
Are they
We're
hidden?
40 pounds lighter.
They must be hidden, huh? Or
And the other subject that Jenny wanted to bring up was plastic surgery. And at what age should
Oh, yeah.
teenagers be allowed to have surgery? I mean, they say that
You're like, oh,
your
yeah.
body doesn't stop growing
Right.
until you're in your early 20s. I think for guys up to 25. And so they say if you're going for a young teenager for plastic surgery, they're not fully or breast
Developed.
implants. They're not fully
Developed, you're
developed.
right.
Yeah. So at what age would you guys allow your kids to have surgery? I think for a nose job, me at 16 you can go in.
I think if it's something like a nose job, let's say, that, you know, the poor kid has been traumatized or whatever, let's say it's a girl, her self-esteem is like on the floor or something, and we've tried, you know, therapy or something to help her get her self-esteem, like we've already exhausted all the other options, then I would pay for my child to get that, because I know that it's affecting, you know,
Yeah.
her,
Her
yeah,
self-esteem,
you know,
yeah.
last thing I would want is for her to feel like, you know, she's not worth anything if she lets out, you know, you never know when somebody has a complex how far, you know, how
How
serious
deep it
it
can
really
damage
is.
them.
Right,
Yeah.
and I think that only if it's deemed healthy as
Uh-huh.
well. As long as the doctors approve it and it's healthy, you
Yes.
know that nothing's going to happen. Obviously, there's always a risk with surgery, but
Right.
Yes.
I think that it depends, like you said, you know, if it's something like an ear or nose or, you know, because these are things that children, you know, grow up, or even like cleft, you know, people that's still considered plastic surgery.